Hi everybody, Lori here from Unique in the Creek. Coming to you from my dining room table as usual. This is where I love to craft. Let me pull you guys up so I can see everybody that's on. Say hello when you come in. Hello, hello. That's Michelle saying hello, hello. She does the sexy voice. Hello, hello. Hi everybody. Hi Kathy. Hi Brenda. Are you guys all excited to learn a new flower? A new flower. Hey, hey. Hi everybody. Hi Haley. Barbara. Hi my beautiful friend. Hi Mom. Hi Amy. Oh, Michelle Jonette is back from Disney. Hi Kathy. Hi Debbie. My last live as a single woman. Oh, you know, it's not going to be my last live. It might be my last live making a wreath. Definitely won't be my last live. We're going to Vegas. You know I'm going to be live from Vegas.
I know your last live as a single woman. Who knows how she's going to long she's going to live.
I've been pretty much married for a long time to this man. We just haven't officiated it. Hi everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Peggy from Jacksonville. So, did you guys all love that butterfly? Wasn't it awesome? I'm really pleased how it turned out. I wasn't too sure about it, and as I was making it, I was still like, not too sure, but when it all came together, perfect. Hi everybody. Oh, you're still there? Were you there 2 weeks? Hi Patsy.
Question from Mom. Will you send a notice when one of your beautiful
Yes,
dogs are shipped? She
will, Carol. When the dogs are shipped out, she got flooded with orders, and I think she's got more than half of them done. I've seen some comments of people got their some of their dogs today, so it will. You will get a notice. Yeah, it was amazing. Hi everybody.
Some lucky one got one with open by border customs on their dog. The custom guy took his knife and he jabbed it right into the package. Oh, careful.
You got a sunburn on your second last day. Girl, why didn't you get your base tan on? Yeah, I know. Easier said than done when you have a little one. I know. Okay, so we are going to do a peony. Well, it sort of looks like a peony. To me, it looks like a peony. But it's got a new petal I'm going to show you guys. It's a little tricky to do. It took 2 rows of mesh, okay? And I'm doing one right now. I did one. This is my very, very first one. I don't know if you guys can see this. This is with me playing around with the mesh and everything. So this mesh I used here is just a poly jute mesh. So there's no metallic or anything in it. And I just did it pink with a small ivory center. But this one I was playing around with. So the one I'm making tonight, pardon me, I am using coral mesh. Now I don't know if there's such thing as a coral peony, but I just love this color. So I'm making a coral peony or peony. I call it a peony, like P-E-E, P-O, so O-H, and then like knee, K-N-E-E. Peony. But it's also called a peony. Hi Chris Howry. Rose Harvey.
Peony.
A peony.
Nobody calls it a peony.
Yeah, people call it a peony.
It's always been peony.
No.
Ever since I was a little boy.
I think Scott was calling it a peony. Anyways, so I got my map, and you can find your map on the Unique in the Creek website. Under the wreath flower frame, there is a paper copy of your board that you can print out, and you can write your pattern on the little box on the below. So you can figure out how many petals you're going to need, how many colors, etc. So I actually used my bag sealer today because I didn't want strings all over the place. So you don't see too much of the sides, but because I was teaching, I didn't want to have too many frays, and it'll make a much nicer flower. I know when I was using the poly, or the poly jute, some of the edges I could see. Now this stuff frays really bad, poly jute, but I half constructed the coral one so we could speed things up, and I'm glad I bag sealed it so it's not like there's not rough edges and everything. Okay, hi Wendy. Oh, hugs back. I am not ready, Julie, but we're getting there. I got my eyelashes did today, so I got them. Because my eyelashes are really blonde, so, and I like to wear mascara all the time, but if you're swimming and stuff, that's hard to do. So I went and got, it's called a lift and tint. So what they do is
Lift and what?
a lift and tint.
Oh.
They lift, well, they kind of curl your eyelashes. It's almost like, I don't know, they smelled like perm solution, and then they tinted them black. Really cool. So instead of you getting extensions, which I usually do when I go away, I got lift and tint, and I love them. So they're my real lashes. Tomorrow I'm getting my hair did, and my nails did, and my toenails did. Dave got a haircut today too. Him so cute. All right, we got like almost 200 people on here. We shall get started. So we are using the large flower frame, large Unique in the Creek flower frame. And I'm sure you can do this on the small one. You just obviously need less petals.
That's what I said. Lift and what?
Lift and tint. Because my eyelashes are so blonde, they tinted the lashes black, so it looks like I have mascara on all the time. They have just handy dandy things. I always pamper myself when I go away. I always get my nails done, my eyelashes done, my hair done. I'll have my nice, I always get the foil in my hair, so when it just like little tiny pieces of foil, so it looks like blingy in my hair.
I still have one.
I'm such a girly girl. Wally's a girly girl too. Anyways, so for our pattern, we are going to need 20 Franklin petals. That's the new petal. I called them the Franklin petal, considering I'm going to be a Franklin in a few days.
I should call them like the bubble petals.
No, they're not a bubble. And we're going to be using...
Nobody else has done it.
Huh?
We haven't seen one like it before.
What?
So if
Nobody's taught a flower like this, so I can call the petal anything I want.
All right.
I got that choice. Anyways, we're going to do 20 Franklin petals. And we are doing...
What does sound like Bonnie? I agree.
What? A tint lift? Yeah, I probably need that too. They kind of rest on the table. They're good for advertising. Why? Why do you look at me funny? Anyways, and we're going to be doing, the rest of them, we're going to be doing 10-inch piece I'm cutting and 12-inch pieces, and we'll be doing Harvey petals. And Rose Harvey is on here. So that is it. So we are going to do 20 Franklin, 24 10-inch Harveys, and 16 12-inch. And I'm going to show you guys what I mean. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I pre-did a half of flower already just to speed things up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you guys the inner on this board, and I'm just going to use this pink mesh. And then once I've felt comfortable that you guys probably get the gist of the petal, I'll continue making the coral one, and then I'll bring this board back and I will show you the Harvey ones and how to put them on. So this will be my constructing board, but my actual flower that I am constructing tonight is half done over at the side. So, all right, let's go.
Hold on a second.
We're going down. So this is just a normal deco mesh I'm using.
How many of each? Sorry, how was talking to me?
How many of each what?
Petals.
I am doing 20 Franklin petals, which I'm going to show you how to do in 1 second. and 10-inch Harvey petals, 24 of them, and 16 12-inch Harvey petals. And you'll see what I mean in a second. It's not hard. I just didn't want people to try and do this with me because there is a few little steps. I don't want anybody getting frustrated, so it's much easier to watch me first, and if you want to make it after I'm done, then go and watch the replay, and you can stop and start and stop and start. Okay? So for the Franklin petal, you have no idea for what? Michelle, monkey. Okay, we're going to do 10-inch. Okay, so I'm going to, this is 10 by 10. What?
Got 2 horse boards and sold them already.
Cool, I'd love to hear that. Tucky Derby soon. Okay, so this is 10-inch mesh, and I'm cutting these at 10 inches. If you want to save mesh, you can cut them at 9 inches, and you'll see in a second why I say that. So I'll just cut a few, because this pink I'm just using for demo. Okay. So you'll need that. And what you're going to need to make this petal is at the dollar store. Now this is, I should have saved the other package. At the dollar store, in the hair section, they have, and it doesn't matter what dollar store, they all have them, these little clear elastic bands, or rubber bands, or gummies, or I don't know where you're from in North America or wherever, but we call them elastic bands, rubber bands, and they're clear ones, and I think it's like 1,000, I don't even know, 1,000 for $1. But anyways, they're hair elastics and they're clear. Can you guys see that?
Okay, Barbara, there is no instructions for it.
For what?
I don't know, she keeps asking me instructions. I think she's talking about the...
Oh, this you get on the website, Barbara. If you go underneath the flower frame, like shop now, and then you go to the flower frame, when you click on the flower frame, this paper is there and you can print it off. You can save it as a PDF and print it off, or a JPEG or whatever. And you can print off as many as you want and use them for your patterns. Okay? I am getting excited, Peggy. Okay. So we need, this is the key for the Franklin petal, is these small elastic bands. Now I got the clear ones. They do have black ones as well, and they have all different color. You don't really see this. This is just to keep the petal together and give it a twist, and you'll see what I mean in 1 second. Okay. All right, let's get this going. This is now 10 by 10 piece. Okay. Make sure everybody can see this. What I'm going to do with this, I'm going to go from the one corner to the other corner, scrunch all the way up like we always do for just like a leaf or a sunflower petal. Okay, so if anybody's new, I'm going to do that again. So you're just going to scrunch from corner to corner. So you're turning your square piece, because that's where I cut and that's where I cut, and you got your finished edges on the side. We're going to turn this into a diamond, and we're going to go scrunch this just right up the center to the opposite corner. Okay, and this is what you have. You're going to now take one of these elastic bands or rubber bands, and they're really hard to see because they are clear, and you're going to take it and you're going to wrap it around twice. And what I mean is you're going to go bring it around, so there's one, twice. Okay, so when you let go, you have this elastic band in the center. Can you guys all see that? I creaked your page to my... Creaked. Hi, Ninja!
Don't forget to fluff our page.
Fluffer page.
Fluff our page.
Okay. So we have like a bow tie looking kind of formation here. Now, I have one side of my petal is just slightly longer than the other side. So this is, if you spread it right out like this, You got it 18 inches. And my elastic band is about at the 10 inch. You can just guesstimate about this. So this piece is 8 inches and this piece is 10 inches, okay? If you need to know dimensions, once you start doing the petal, you won't have to measure anything. You can pretty much just eyeball it. But if you need to know complete, dimensions, that's what it is. One petal is a little longer than this one, okay? Now what you're going to do is you're going to take this small petal, because this is the long one, this is the small one, and you're going to kind of give it a twist, and you're going to tuck it in to the other petal, okay? I'll do that again. All right, so here we got again the long piece and the shorter piece. You're going to take the center and you're going to give the small side a twist, just a half twist, and you're going to tuck it in to the big. So the papa is hugging the mama. Is that good, honey? Did you guys get that? One more time. So let's call this the papa side because he's the bigger side. And there's the mama side. You're going to give the mama side a little twist and she's going to nestle right into papa. And that's the Franklin petal. See, this is why I talk about the phrase. That's why for my real flower, I bag sealed them. So your elastic band is kind of tucked in here. So you don't see it, but it keeps it nice. A nice fold. Do you see the top? How it's nicely rounded and folded? Okay. And then you're just going to kind of turn this in and turn this in. Okay. And then you can squeeze and just kind of pull with your elastic. Put your finger in the cup thing there. Kind of pull so you have it centered. And this is the Franklin petal. How cute, huh? Okay, so I will do another one. All right, again, we got a 10 by 10 piece. Cut edge, and these are the finished. Turn it into a diamond. I need another camera so I have an overhead. We're going to scrunch this right up the center. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to take one of these elastic bands, rubber bands. Okay. I'm going to keep it pinched, and I'm going to take the elastic and I'm going to go around once and around twice. Okay. Kind of hurts because I burnt myself in my yesterday cooking. I just should not cook. Now, if you need to measure, like I said, if you have your cutting mat down, you can just bring your elastic up to around the 10. And then this, because it's 18 inches when you pull it.
That's a lot of work.
What is?
That petal.
It is? Well, it isn't when you, after I showed it.
No,
okay.
Rose Harvey was saying it's a lot.
Oh. You're going to twist it and turn it. Okay. We're going to tuck this in, fold this, and just scrunch it. And it makes like almost like a cup formation. Okay. I'll do one more, and then I'm going to show you how you put it in the board. So this petal, this Franklin petal that we're doing is going to be on section 5, or row 5, row 4, and row 3. Row 2 is going to be, that's where the work comes in, is row 2. Row 2 is a little more work than the other ones. But this really isn't a lot of work because what I previously did was I made a bunch of my petals. And what I did, instead of using clothespins, so I made a whole bag of petals while I was sitting in my recliner watching TV. And what I did after I made the petal, I just put an elastic band around the bottom and threw them in a shopping bag. So I just kept tossing them in until I had made enough of them that I could just take the elastic band off and put it right into the board. So I could still use this elastic band, but it kind of saved me time because I didn't have to sit at my table, my dining room table here. I could do it. I did it right on my lap while I was watching Project Runway. Ooh, it's getting good, Project Runway.
Cable tie's not going to work on that.
On what?
Where I place this elastic.
No. You will see. Who's calling me? You will see a zip tie. So just next time you go to the dollar store, you go in the hair section and you can buy a package of them. I think there's like, I can't remember how many are in there, but there are no more tangle little elastic bands and they're clear. Okay, make sure you get the clear ones. Or you can get ones like if you were doing pink, a pink flower, you could probably get pink. They have pink. But clear, doesn't matter what color you're using. And then, like I said, I used them at the bottom just to keep my petal together so I could do a bunch of petals all at once. Okay, so I have 4 here that I've done already. So these I just left. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to twist it, tuck it in, and once you get going on these, they aren't hard to do. And then just fold it over. Now you don't have to elastic band the bottom right now if you're gonna be making your petals and putting them right into the board. Okay. I just kind of tuck in or roll in the side here so you don't see the edge. There's one side of the petal that's, see, you got the 2 finished edges here. This one's not finished, so I just kind of roll this in and then bring it across. Okay. And then you can put just a elastic band on the bottom and throw it in a grocery bag. So you need 20 of these. 20 of these beautiful Franklin petals. Doo, 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 doo. Make a bathing suit? What? Okay. Oh, the Franklin petal. Yeah, you could. If you have small boobies. Alright, I'm going to do one more here because these are going onto my flower that I've already started. But I'm going to show you with the pink ones how to put them in our demo board. So you just want to make sure that it's tucked in nicely. And it kind of tucks in itself when you do that half a twist. And there we go. So if you look at a peony, the peony, all their inside of their petals kind of all go into the inside, the inner part of the flower. So that's what took me a bit when I was studying it, is trying to figure out a way to maneuver or manipulate the mesh that I could have that cupping formation go over top of the center. Okay? Okay, so you're going to preload. Now you can do this ahead of time. You're going to preload 5, 4, and 3. Well, actually you can preload the whole board if you want, because we're going to be slipping them in all the same way. But I would just go ahead and preload 5, 4, and 3 and do your Franklin petals first. Okay, so with the peony, if you look at a picture of it, it's kind of got a bud in the middle, and the bud kind of overlaps each other, okay? And then you have another row of petals that are almost the same, and they kind of go over top of the center, but you can still see the bud, and then another row, and then it goes outwards, okay? So we are going to construct the middle of these ones that are going on, cupping each other. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to take your Franklin petal, and in your zip tie, what you're going to do is you're going to stick the tail through. You could probably cut some of this off because once it's through, you're going to cut some off anyways. And you're going to just stick this in. Now the cupped formation, that is going to go towards the center, and your tail is going towards the outside of the board. Okay, and you're going to zip it. All right, and then cut that zip tie off. Okay, you're going to put another one in. Now you don't want your center too tall, so you don't want to leave, you don't, like this would be too tall. Because you want the center to be smaller, and then it works a little bit bigger going outwards. So I put almost like half. If you stick your petal in, so it's laying down, and the tail hits the outside of the board, that's where you should probably zip it, okay? I know that's a lot of mesh wasted, but you'll see what I mean. You only need 4 of those. This one's a little bit longer, okay? We'll do another one. Oops. So you're gonna go scrunch it. Now I'm not really looking at the comments right now, so if you're asking questions,
They're asking about the confusion about the sheet. The sheet is a blank piece.
it's a blank sheet, guys. It's just a piece of paper of the board that I made for you guys to use. It's found on our website under the shop now. When you buy the go to buy the flower board, you'll see this paper, or you'll see the PDF there. Tanya's put it there. If you right click and then save as, you can save it to your computer, and then you can print out as many of these sheets as you want. So you can use a sheet for every time you make a flower. So you'll be able to count, you know, how many purple you need, how many white you need, or whatever flower or whatever wreath you're constructing. Okay, that's all this is for. It's just to help you guys plan your wreaths, okay? And I just got there's a little square down here that you can write in, almost like a legend, okay? That's all the paper is. So that's it pretty much. This is just how I calculated how many pieces of mesh I needed to cut. Because I didn't want to go and cut 3 rolls of mesh when I didn't need 3 rolls of mesh, right? So you can plan ahead of time.
Wendy's confused. She says, you said this sells for 3, 4, and 5?
No. Yes. Section 3, 4, and 5. Right now we're working on row 5. Okay? Row 5 is the inner section.
Have you showed the board just for people that might not know the board? We could talk about 3, 4, 5. Sorry.
Well, Wendy knows. Anyways, on the board, where's my hanging holes? There's 2 indented holes here. Those are to put a hanging. So you can use twine, string. I use zip ties because it's plastic, and you just do it up and it makes a hanger. Now you can go fancy, and you can make yourself a ribbon hanger or whatever you want. I just use a zip tie hanger. And then on the board, it's hard to see on the camera, but there's actual numbers, and you'll see circumferences, like lines going around each of the holes, and they are numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So there's 5, just like on the paper. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There's 5 circumferences on your board. And this board is what we use to make pretty much all our flowers with. And it's just using different holes and different petals. Okay? So, the ends... Oh, you were doing your numbering backwards. Okay. So, we're doing number 5 right now. So, you're just going to twist, tuck that smaller one in, kind of fold this in. Almost looks like a spoon. Okay, you're going to slip it, the tail, into the zip tie. So if you have your petal facing downwards, slip it in till the tail just hits the end of the board, and then zip it. Okay. And I use 18-pound zip ties for all my flowers, actually all my wreaths. 18-pound is, they're thin and they have a smaller head and they're much cheaper. You can use the 40-pound zip ties, but they don't hold the petals in as well as the smaller ones. And sometimes you can see the bulky head because there is quite a big difference. I don't have one here, but there is quite a big difference if you use the 18-pound and then the next one is 40-pound. You could see a big difference. Okay, so now I'm going to, and preloading the board just means you're going to put your zip ties in so they're ready to go. So you go down one hole and up the other. Okay, and you want to make sure that your flat side of your zip tie, there's a flat edge, your tail is going to go through the flat edge. If you try and do it the other way, it won't work and you won't hear a zipping sound. When you do it correctly, you put it through and you'll hear that zip. That's what you want to hear. Okay, so you can preload all your holes ahead of time. And we're going to do one more here. So I'm going to get my rubber bands or elastics. I don't know, there's all kinds of things people say. Yes, these are the dollar store in the hair section. Give it a half a twist and bring it in. Okay. And I'm doing this really quick. You'll see the flower that I've already started because we'll continue with that one. You're going to stick your petal in about till it hits the edge and zip it up. Okay, now this is all going to fold into each other. Oh, let me cut the tail of this off. Okay, so this is going to be the center of your flower. Mine's kind of messy here, but you'll see the coral one I'm doing. So that is the center of your flower. Now you're going to continue doing the same thing for row 4 and 3 as well. Okay, and when you put your zip tie, when you put your tail in, again, you're going to use the edge of the board as your measuring point. So once the tail hits the edge of the board, you're going to pull the zip tie. And then again, the same with circumference 3. So that way you got small, a little bit bigger, and a little bit bigger. Okay. Now on the coral one, I'm going to show you, I did a white center. Look how pretty this is. Okay, so I've done half of it already. Okay, because I didn't want you guys sitting around. Oh wow, it looks really pink on the camera. Holy moly! But this is just, it's a coral mesh. As you can see, this is pink. It's just normal deco mesh. This only has like an iridescent. This is actually kind of cheapy mesh. So it's great for that because it has an iridescent metallic in it. But it's still really see-through. But once we get everything on, you really can't see the board whatsoever. Okay. So now, as you can see, that 4, I did it in white so you guys could see. And I kind of like the center a different color. So those little 4. And then I kind of builded up on section 4 and 3. Why are you looking at me?
I build it up.
I built it. I don't spoke right. Anyways, I'm going to add more Franklin petals to finish off row 4 and 3. Okay. Actually, I'm going to stand up so if I can reach over. So I left this tail. I'm going to cut that off. So you can see I've preloaded my zip ties already. So I'm going to take the Franklin petal Okay, and let me move, hold on a second, let me just move these other petals back out of the way so you guys can see what I'm doing. Oh, who's not feeling good?
Yeah, she had a tooth pulled.
Oh, sorry, Deb. That's the worst. Okay, so I have 3 on section, 3 on section 4 to do. So I'm going to put my tail in. Now I'm doing this backwards, so it'll just take me a little bit. I was doing this in my chair earlier and it was much easier. So I'm just putting it in until the tail hits the edge of the board and then zip. Okay? Okay, and you're going to cut that tail off of your zip tie. And you can go ahead and trim this mesh right now, or you can wait and do them all together. So you're going to do each row separately. You're not going to do it like I'm doing it. So you'll do row 5, and then you'll do row 4, and then you'll do row 3. So you'll work your way from the center to the outer ring, okay? But for teaching purposes, I didn't want you guys here all night watching me fold mesh. Okay, so I'm going to stick this in. Hopefully you guys can see it. Can you see all right, hon?
Yeah, I'm trying to keep close, but
Okay, so as you can see, I'm just holding down the tail, and this is just the best way to figure out sizing. Because like I said, we want each circumference to be a little bit bigger. And just zip it down. So it's not hard to do, but there was just a few different steps that are new. So I didn't want any of you guys getting really confused until I actually showed you first what I was doing. So the inner cup is always facing towards the center. Ooh, this one's way over here. This one's over here. Okay, so we are on section 3. I still have a zip tie here to put in. So I have 4 still to do on section 3. And this is going to kill my back. This one's not very tight. Sorry, the zip tie, I didn't put it really tight. There we go. Just a little bit tighter. We don't want it slipping out. There we go. All right. So that is all of section 4. And now I'm doing 1, 2, 3, 4 on section 3, or row 3, whatever you want to call it. So again, you're going to stick in.
what size were you cutting the petals?
What?
What size were you cutting the petals?
They're 10 by 10. Okay. Get your petal in, your tail. Put the tail to the edge of the board, and then zip. So you're building it a little bit bigger than on each row. So I'm kind of doing this fast, but you want to kind of make sure your cup is still nice. And you're going to put your tail right to the edge of the board and then zip. And 2 more. Now, I don't know if there's an actual coral peony. I think there would be in any color.
I don't think
Is there not?
You know what would look really cool with the white center than like a pink,
Well, that's
pink
like,
white ombre coming out?
yeah. I kind of did it, the pink
Yeah.
with the ivory on this one,
Yeah.
with the jute. This one when I was actually designing it. But I had this coral here and it downstairs, and it was so pretty. And then once these are all in, we're going to kind of push them back. So you do see the center, but that's at the end. Okay, and we got one more right here.
Oh, there is. Rose says there is.
There is what? Oh, there is a coral one? Oh, good. I just liked this color mesh.
Oh, Linda's got a coral peony in her yard.
Oh, good. Well, this is a really pretty coral. It looks really, really pink on my phone. It's not as pink as it looks. It really is more of a salmon coral color. Okay, and that was our last Franklin petal. I like seeing that because I'm going to be a Franklin soon. Baby, you got a petal named after you. Okay. That is row 5, 4, and 3. Okay, and once we finish constructing the flower, we're going to move all this back. But I'm going to put this aside now so I can show you the next steps. This is so pretty. I hope you can really see it on the camera. But once we get it all together, we'll hang it up.
That's in the sunlight on the door in the morning.
Oh yeah, and the bus. Yeah, I'll definitely get a picture in the morning. But I wanted to use cheap mesh, thin mesh, because I know right now mesh. There's a lot of the mesh is really hard to come by. I know, especially poly burlap. I particularly would not use poly burlap on this. You could, but poly burlap is expensive, and I like the metallic, the shine on it, the shimmer. So, and poly burlap is very thick too. So, but it is doable if you did want to do it. Okay, so that is the center. And that's how we constructed 5, 4, and 3.
She's also going to do a monkey.
She's gonna what? A monkey flower? What the heck is a monkey flower? All right, next step. This one might get a little confusing. Now, there's a few different ways I did when I was trying to figure out how to do this peony. There was a few different ways I had done the next step, and I found the way I actually am going to show you was the easiest to teach and worked out the best. Okay, now you could probably tweak this step yourself if you wanted. I'm going to show you the two different ways that'll work really well. This is going to be just for circumference number 2 and 1, because 3, 4, and 5 have been done already.
Did you say 2 rolls of mesh for this?
2 rolls of mesh. And I use this cheapy stuff, so this flower really didn't cost me very much, but it's going to be stunning. I did Oprah voice. Why you look at me like that? Okay, for this one, I'm going to show you 2 different ways. The way I'm going to teach you and the way you can do it. Each hole on section 2 is going to have 2 petals in it, okay? 2 Harvey petals, one larger and one smaller. Now a Harvey petal is I'm going to cut it 10 inch, and you're going to cut a 12-inch piece. So you're going to have one bigger and one smaller. So you have to kind of remember, so you don't have to keep measuring. So this is my 10-inch piece. Okay, we got the finished edges on the side, and these are the cut edges. You're going to flip it So it curls up, it looks like a U, so it's curling up towards you. And what you're going to do is you're going to fold this down so the two edges that you cut are on top of each other, just like that, okay? And then what you're going to do is you're going to scrunch the bottom of this fold, and you make almost like a shell formation, just like that, okay? And then again, you're going to take our handy dandy new tool. I got everybody using clothespins. Now I'm going to get everybody using elastic bands. I went around 3 times around the bottom. Okay? That is your next petal. I'll do that again. This is the 12-inch piece, so it's going to be a little bit bigger. Again. Now you could even do it bigger if you want. So you could do 12-inch and then a 14-inch one if you'd like. It's totally up to you. So you're going to put them together and you're going to scrunch down. Well, you can scrunch from one end to the other. I just found when I was making so many of these, if I just pinch the 2 edges here and kind of went along the bottom, just like that.
The pink for your pink peony, what color was it, and where can you get it, or what type of mesh and what color?
Oh, the pink one is a poly jute. It frays a lot. It's got no metallic in it, and I think I got it at Craft Outlet. I got it a long time ago. That's why I've had it sitting in my closet forever, and I thought, well, I'll just play around with it. But I wanted to teach with deco mesh, so you can see.
People are interested in the pink one, wondering where you got it and everything.
Oh, okay. So it's poly jute, and the center is poly jute too. I didn't fiddle around with this yet, but you push all these out. And the center is poly jute as well. So, but it's an ivory. I didn't bag seal, so you can see some of the frays. And some of these are not all the right sizes because, like I said, I was playing around when I was designing this. This was my design one. But I did figure it out. So, here you can see the 2 size differences. This is the 12-inch piece, and this is the 10-inch piece. Okay? We got elastic band around the bottom of each thing. So what I went ahead and did while I was sitting in my recliner, I could construct this whole flower from my recliner, not a problem. What I did is I pre-made all my petals, put my little elastic bands around them, just put a piece of paper in the grocery bag that had 16, and these are the 10-inch ones. And then I made 16 of the 12-inch ones. Okay, and I pre-made them all. So these are all petals ready to go right into my wreath. So you can do that quite easy.
Do you think you could use fabric mesh for this one?
Yeah, fabric mesh would probably work nice. Now I don't know how it would, it probably wouldn't work nice because fabric mesh is almost the exact same texture and consistency of the poly jute I used for this. It flows the same, it feels the same. I bet you fabric mesh is pretty much like a poly jute. But I like sparkly. And I wanted to show you guys, you can use any kind of mesh, even the cheapest mesh out there, to make this flower. Okay? So you need 16 12-inch and you need 16 10-inch. Okay? So you are going to preload circumference number 2. So preload, you're going down with your zip tie, back up through the hole, and zip it, down, and up. So you're preloading all of section 2, okay? Now, to make section 2, what you're going to do, so if you look at a peony picture, we got those petals that start folding in, so they're like not really open yet, correct? And then you have another layer that is almost open. And then the last two layers are pretty much completely open. So if you look at the flower, that's what we're trying to mimic here. So this 12-inch, we're going to just stick it right in that way, okay? So that's why I kind of just elastic band the bottoms. It's much easier than trying to put the the tail in, because we're going to put this one going the opposite way. Okay, and this is why I wanted everybody to watch first instead of trying to do it with me. This 12-inch is going this way. The 10-inch, okay, is you're going to put it right on top, going the other way. And you pretty much just put the two elastic bands just on top of each other, hold it, and zip. Okay, zip it nice and hard. And then you want to turn the head towards the side. You don't want the head to see the head, which you won't, because once you start putting a bunch of these, because we have to do 16 of them, they all start forming and crunching into each other, that you don't see the middle here. Okay, we'll do that again, and then I'll show you another way you can do it as well. I just found it so much easier doing it this way, especially for teaching purposes. So I'm cutting a 10, and then I'm cutting a 12, and again, you can do 12 and 14 if you want your petals bigger. Use 2 rolls of mesh. Okay, so we're going to fold this over top. I like to do it on the side like this. Just match up the 2 corners here. And if your hands are sore or whatever, you can actually even get, I do this a lot too, you can just close pin it to keep them together, and then just scrunch. Okay, take one of your clear rubber bands, go around 3 times, 1, 2, without it breaking. These are the reused ones already. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and it holds it in its shape nicely. Now you're going to do the bigger one, exact same way. Okay. Scrunch, scrunch, and then just kind of push along the bottom. Makes almost like a shell or mushroom type formation. Where's my elastic? The only thing with these elastic bands, if I pull them off, they're hard to see because they're clear. Okay, so we got 2. I'm going to show it again over here. Actually, no, I'll show it here so you can see how it starts to scrunch up in each other. Okay, so I'm just going to grab one of my clothespins, pull it back a bit so you guys can see. You're going to take the big one and put the tail in towards the center, and elastic band this very well. And then you're going to take the little one, and it's going to go towards the edge of the board, and just line up the 2 elastic bands so they're on top of each other, and pull it down. Get this nice and hard, or tight. I just use my needle nose pliers and snip that off. I should have pushed it to the side. Okay, so when I let this go, now keep in mind you're going to have, actually I'll just show you. So that is how we're doing section number 2, or row number 2. And as you can see from there, it really fills in nicely. So these are the outer petals, and we'll pull them out once we get done. And then the inner ones kind of wrap around our Franklin petal, and then we'll push these out. But you can see how nice and full, and you don't see the zip ties in it.
You just leave those rubber bands on,
Yeah, I just leave them on. Yep. They're really cheap. Like I said, you get that little pack. There's about 1,000 in there for $1. So it's really not very much money, and talk about time saving. So like I said, I pre-did all my petals, so I'm just going to whip them in. Sorry. Yep, they're just from Dollar Tree. They're just the clear little rubber hair bands. You get them in the hair section. They're mostly for doing like little braids and stuff like that. But they're quite cheap. And you can get colored ones too, and you can get a whole pack of black ones too. But the clear ones, it doesn't really matter what color you use then. Okay, I'm going to show you quickly another way you can do this, and you'll see why I kind of did it the other way. If you cut a piece 22 inches, actually, pardon me, 23 inches. Okay, now you may want to do it this way as well. There goes our Christmas clock, which is dying. Okay, so I have a piece that's 23 inches. Okay, bring it over, and then you're going to fold it. Okay, so you're folding it to, I think I folded it to about the 7. Fold it over, and then you're going to take this one and just go over top, and that's why we give that 1 inch, because it's going to be a 22-inch ruffle. And then once you have the 2 seams overlapped, you can then scrunch. Okay, like that. You see what I got here? And if you keep it pinched, now you may want to do it like this too. I just found the other way was much easier. Now you wouldn't want to preload your zip ties. You would just want your zip tie in just like that. You don't want to close it if you're going to use this method. Okay, you're going to take this, and this is the small, and this is the large. Just put it over top and zip it up. Now, doing this method, you have to make sure you have an overlap of each. See, mine came out. It's hard to see, and if you shift it just a little bit, and that's what I was having problems with, and that's when I thought, you know what if I just elastic band the bottom, and then I always have the perfect petal. But I wanted to show you another way. So, if you'd like to do it this way, and again, like I said, make sure your seams are over top of each other, and then you can just zip it in. Is that Mitchell? Okay, and it pretty much will make the same effect as we just did with the 2 pieces. So it's totally up to you how you want to do it. So you can cut it at 23 and fold it, or you can do 16 12 pieces, 16 10-inch pieces, and rubber band the bottom. Totally up to you. You'll figure out how you want to do it. Like I said, my seam kept coming out, and it's just like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to glue it. And then the elastic band thing again, it's like, well, I already have the elastic bands out, so there we go. So we're going to continue doing this flower. I'm going to cut my tails here. I'm just going to turn this around so I can preload the zip ties without stretching.
Margaret made it.
Hey, Margaret. Margaret, did you see the butterfly? If anybody is interested in the butterfly bodies, Margaret Schooneman, who just came on, she makes the butterfly bodies. They're made with wood. Her and her husband make them. and it's covered with black velvet. It's absolutely gorgeous, and it's got stuffing and everything. And her and Michelle from Monkey's Creation came up with these bodies, or she came up with it, and Michelle makes the smaller butterfly kits. So if anybody wants to make a smaller butterfly, I don't know if she has any available still, but because mine is kind of ginormous, which is, I love ginormous, although it was a little too big for my door. But it was very easy to construct with the 2 tree boards. And definitely if you have like a front porch with an empty wall, that's the perfect place for it. Okay, so I've preloaded these zip ties, and I'm on circumference number 2. Oh good, I'm glad, Margaret. And even though my butterfly is a lot bigger, your body still worked perfectly. Butterfly boards? No. Probably not Connie, because you can just cut it. They're very easy to cut. I don't care if you guys do surgery on them or whatever. For us to make them, it would just not be worth our while. They're very, very expensive to make the molds. Okay, so I got a big piece. Actually, I'll show you guys again. Big piece is going towards, the tail's going towards. And then my little one, putting it in towards the outside. The 2 elastic bands are over top of each other. My hands hurt because I burnt them yesterday, and I got blister on my palm. I just shouldn't cook. And before, it's much easier to pull this zip tie to the side when the tail is on. My phone is blowing up. I know Tammy was texting me. My friend Tammy, my best friend, she's already in Vegas. She's like, get here, hurry! I'm like, I can't. I was gonna go, they're gone for a week, and we just went away, so I didn't really want to be gone from the business too long, so that's why we picked to only go for 3 days.
How's it going to with dog? Is still on hold?
You know what? I will find out. I know I talked to her earlier, and she got bombarded with orders, but she has caught up a lot. So I will ask her when she's going to start taking new orders. Okay. And then once we're done this, there's just one more row to do, which is the very outer row. So you see why having the petals pre-made, like I'm doing right now, is a little easier once you start getting a ton of mesh on your board than trying to dig through to make sure the seams are proper and over top of each other so it doesn't come undone. Scotland? Okay. So, Scotland. You see a bunch of castles.
I love it. See where some of the great battles were fought in the Middle Ages.
Okay, big one, tail's going in. Small one, tail's going out. The 2 elastic bands are on top of each other, and zip. Who is blowing up my phone? Oh, it's... Somehow I have Twitter on my phone. I don't know how. I don't even know how to tweet. Okay. So we got a few more, 3 more here. So it does go pretty fast if you have everything pre-made already. You just kind of whip it in. And like I said, I did this all in my chair. I did bag seal my mesh because I was a little worried because it is the cheap mesh. So I sat outside on my front porch because it was absolutely gorgeous out. And can you believe I bag sealed 2 rolls of mesh and my eyes were burning. I don't know how anybody does it indoors without a respirator or anything. And I was outdoors and my eyes were burning. Okay, got 2 more. I have to put my hanging thing in here still. So now you can probably see why, for those of you that wanted to do it with me, that I asked you to watch first. So you could actually see what I was actually doing.
I got
Okay.
one of my wedding shirts today.
Your main wedding shirt's not here yet though.
I'm not wearing one of those ones?
No,
Why?
because they're Hawaiian. If we were getting married in Hawaii, yeah.
Okay.
All right, last one. I know. I'm really stretching here. And all I can feel is my head pounding. All right. Okay, let go of that. Okay. So that is row number 2. Yay! We're almost done, and then we're going to start moving all these back so we can start making it look like a peony. Okay, so the outer edge, number 1, section number 1, there is 8 holes on section number 1, okay? These are going to be just done a little bit different. It's going to be the same petal, okay? We are using a 10-inch mesh, and we're doing a Harvey petal. Okay. You're going to need 2 zip ties for this one. Now, if you have a small 4-inch zip ties, those are perfect for this. You're going to, again, fold your, and make your Harvey petal. Okay, we're going to go along the bottom. And this time, instead of putting an elastic around the bottom, you're going to put a zip tie. I've been married 30 years too, if you put them all together. Why you laugh? Okay, so we got this. All right, now to attach this petal, what you're going to do is we're going to do the hole on section 1. You're going to go through the bottom, and your zip tie is going to be like an L shaped. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take your petal and you're going to go in behind the zip tie, kind of like you do the rose. So you're going to zip tie it. Okay, so we're going to zip tie this to the board, and you want to do it in behind because we want this petal, we want the tail to go inwards. So you can see kind of how that's going. Once it's zipped, you can tighten this one up. And then you're going to tighten it right to the board. Like so. Now this one you can make a little bit bigger than 12 inches as well. I just found the 12-inch worked. It's just to give that very outer petal look. So on the peony, the outer petals are really open. And then you're going to snip this off. Okay, so it's attached to the board like so. So I will continue doing it. Now look, I've already done some, but I still have I have 4 that I still have to put on. Okay, and if I flip this over, look how nice and neat the back, take your clothespins. We still have a nice neat back, okay, but we got 1, 2, 3, 4 petals still to do. I'm going to put my hanging zip tie.
When you're done this, will you show the branching petal again?
Yep. So that's my hanging string or zip tie. I like to use plastic. It's all Like this whole flower could go outside in the garden, no problem. The board is weatherproof, the zip ties are weatherproof, and the mesh is weatherproof. You just want to spray it with a UV spray so it doesn't fade. And there's all kinds of UV sprays out there. Okay, I put an elastic because I was making them on my lap. So I'm just going to put a zip tie around the elastic. I wouldn't zip tie your petal with the elastic, like just the elastic, because if the elastic snaps, your petal will come off. So you can leave the elastic band on there. Just make sure you still put a zip tie though. Oh, that didn't work very well, did it? But you can use 4-inch zip ties if you have them. I have them somewhere. I have no idea where. One of the junk drawers. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you guys have not liked and shared my page, if you could do that, that would be fantastic.
Creek and float your boat.
Huh?
Creek and float your boat.
Creek and float my boat. What?
Like is creek the page.
Oh, creek the page and
the,
float my boat?
Yeah, well that's what Michelle says.
Okay. I drank a lot of water today. Okay. So we're going through. I'm going to show you from the back side right now. You're going to take your petal. It might be easier to even do this way as well because you're working in a lot of mesh here and you're going to have to push it all back. So if you flip your board over, slip your zip tie through the back of your petal, tighten it, okay, cut your tail off, zip it up, and you want the tail is going towards the inside, and this just gives your flower that outer petal open look, and cut it off. And the great thing about these boards, look how nice and neat the back is, so you don't have to cover anything up, and it's all waterproof. There's nothing that's going to rust, there's nothing that's going to mold. So again, I'm just putting it in behind. Okay, you can do a mini zip there. We'll get it on. Tighten this one. Make sure you tighten that one before you zip it to the board because you don't want it sliding out on you. Okay. I'm sure you guys will, once I give you guys the idea or the inspiration and you guys will go to town on it, I know you'll do much better than me. But I wanted to get this out for you guys before I went away. And then when I come back, I will do the tutorial on the large butterfly. Okay, we got one more. That wasn't so bad. And the rest is just primping and folding and pushing and, you know, all the fun stuff we do once the wreath is done. But I don't think a peony like this has ever been done. Well, at least I didn't see one. And if I did, I wish I would have, because it took me about, probably about 2.5 days to figure this out. I make it look simple right now, but trying to figure it out to make it look like an actual flower is a different story. Although I'm not a wreath designer. That's funny, I get those all the time. All right. Wow. Look at this. Okay, so what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start pulling these, flattening these outside ones, the bigger ones, I'm going to go around and kind of push them out because they're kind of crinkled on each other. We want to make sure these ones look like they're open. Okay. And mesh likes to stick to each other. Okay, and then these inner ones, the 10-inch ones, they're just gonna do like a mind of its own. But you can fold them, or not fold them, put them on so they go around each other. So you can actually tell that they're petals. Whew, that was hard work. I was sweating. That's stretching. Alrighty, this thing is huge. It's about 24 inches. Alright, so now, once you got all that done, we're going to start pulling these out a bit. Now, what you can do as well, if you want to keep them together, you can put a little dab of glue and just hold it. So each of these go where they're supposed to go. Am I missing one here? Oh, she's stuck down there. I knew it. Okay. So each of these, if you put a little dab of glue, you can have them perfectly circle around and push them back. I thought Mitchell was home. Huh? Oh. Okay. And then now you're going to do the same one. Same thing for the row 4. Okay. And the row 5 is the very center bud, which you want it nice and tight. And I did it white so you guys could actually see it. Hey, what happened to my comments? There we go. Annette, what do you mean, what you making?
What are you doing, Annette? You're supposed to be in Orlando.
Yeah, I thought you were at Disney. Okay. I'll have to fool around with this in the when it's on the door. That's when I do my best foo-fooing. Foo-fooing. Is that a word?
Sure.
So what do you guys think of my peony? Do you guys love it or what? Show me some love. I'm going to put it on. Can't really see it too well on the thing. I'm going to put it on the stand here.
I think I gotta get it.
Why? Can't you just move it?
The camera.
Oh, okay. Okay. When I come back, I am definitely redoing my craft room downstairs, and I'm going to make it an official videoing room. And take back my dining room. All right. Can you?
That's not bad.
Huh?
That's not bad. I can focus in on it.
With my ice cream in behind?
Yeah.
On my mirror?
It works good.
Are we good?
Yeah.
Now this is going to look really pretty on my door. Now you can add green leaves to it if you want. I don't think a peony has green, but that is totally up to you. You could do the center the same color. You could have did it all in coral. There we go. But what do you guys think? It's pretty, isn't it? I'm going to tuck these elastics in. So if you just give it a little pinch, the elastic goes in. And they're very not noticeable. There. But anyways, I hope you guys can see it. You'll probably be able to see it much better on my door tomorrow. Do you guys love it? Oh, good. That's great. Yeah, it's about 24 inches. So, like I said, you can even make it bigger. You can make these outside, very outside petals a little larger if you'd want. Once you start playing around with it.
I'll make that wreath holder again.
Linda Hobby from Southern, oh gosh, can't remember the name now. Southern Charm or something like that. Anyways, that is the Unique in the Creek Peony.
Okay, people want you to show the Franklin petal one last.
Okay. Hold on. Okay, I show the Franklin petal again.
They want to see the light pink one again too.
The light pink one, here, I'll put it up. So the light pink one is, well, it's not the best, but it is poly jute, so you could...
Southern Flare.
Southern Flare, that's it. I knew it was Southern something. Okay, so this one is a little jacked up because this was the one I was tweaking and playing with and trying to get all. But you can see how this is poly jute. Now my outer petals are not the greatest because I was playing with different sizes to figure out what size to tell you guys and stuff. But this is really pretty too. It almost looks like a wool, but it's poly jute.
I like that one.
You like this one?
Yeah.
I think it's the color. Peonies are usually like a lighter color, and well, I guess peonies, are any color.
You need to get a couple little ants and stick it on them.
Yeah, I guess, So, oh, you can see it better in the camera with the poly jute. Okay, so I will go and I will show you guys. You guys see my beautiful ice cream cone? I'll show you the petals one more time. Oh gosh, that was hard work. Whew. Okay, got some coral left here still. Alrighty, so you're going to take your 10 by 10 piece, okay? You want the curl down, and you're going to turn it into a diamond shape, and you're going to scrunch from corner to corner, okay? And this is, we got like a petal formation. Where did my, you need little clear elastic bands or rubber bands from the hair section, and you're going to go about almost 10 inches because we want one side shorter than the other, and go around just twice. Okay. Now you can try it and then, oh sorry, and then you're going to give it a half twist and bring it in. Now you can do this without the elastic. The only thing is that the twist, when you put it into the zip tie, it kind of wants to come undone, and it doesn't stay in this nice formation as well as if you put a little elastic band on it. Okay, and that's the Franklin petal. I'll show you what I mean without the elastic band. So again, we have it in a diamond shape. You're going to go from corner to corner. Okay, and you can go pinch it up about the 10 inch. You're going to give it a twist and bring it down. Now, and you can fold it in. Now, you can see what I'm talking about. If you don't put an elastic band, it like wants to come undone. You guys see that? The elastic band makes sure it doesn't come undone. And for $1, I did that. I did that flower. I did this flower. I did the demos on that flower. And I did the ends of all the petals with one box of these little elastic bands. So, use them. They're not expensive. Okay? My new thing. I started the clothespin rage, and now I'm going to start elastic band rage. I need to get shares in these companies. You watch the little elastic band company go up now. Okay. So now you give it a half twist, and then you can just tuck it right in. And then when you do fold it, it stays like that. Okay? It doesn't come undone like if you didn't have the elastic. That's it. That is the Franklin petal. Woohoo! Family! Okay? Easy peasy. And then if you can do like I did and make all your petals. You need 20 of these. I just put an elastic band around the bottom of them and threw them in a grocery bag. So I did it step by step. First I made my pattern. I figured out how many of each I needed to cut. I went and cut them. So I used a bag sealer so I didn't have fray all over the place because I wasn't sure about this mesh because it is the kind of cheapy stuff. So I figured out how much. So you can use different colors if you want in each section. It's totally up to you. But I used 20 Franklin and I used, 24 10-inch Harvey, and I used 16 12-inch Harvey. Okay, so I knew how many I had to cut. I had to cut 44 10-inch and 16 12-inch. And that's what I knew how I had to cut. Once I cut all my mesh, I brought it inside. I sat in my recliner and I made petals. And I put them in different grocery bags. And I put little pieces of paper in each of the grocery bags so I knew what petal was in there. So there was 16 10-inch in that bag. And I don't know where the rest of the papers are. Oh, then there was 16 12-inch in that bag. And then I had another bag with 8-inch. And then I had a bag with Franklin petals. And then I put all the zip ties in, and I just stuck them all in, and voila, we have this gorgeous, beautiful flower. I can't wait to see this on the door tomorrow. I hope it's sunny.
Yeah, the regular flower board is what we use.
Yes, this is on the large flower board. You could probably do it on the small one. You wouldn't get the impact of like you would on the large one because you wouldn't have as many of these of the Franklin petals that are folding in. But again, I'm just giving you guys ideas. If you find a better way or a different way, please share. We love to find and learn new things together. Just like I like to share with you guys.
The center is just, what's the center?
The center I did it's just 4 pieces. I used snowball mesh. I just wanted to show you guys a different color in there, but you could use the same color, or you could do light pink to the dark pink. Totally up to you guys. And then that's the back.
Nice see me in the mirror. I can't see me in the mirror.
Can I see you?
Oh, they can too.
They see your cute haircut.
I gotta run.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it, and it wasn't so hard. It was just a little technical to teach. So,
sorry.
And that is what I have left for you guys. I have one more thing I'm going to show you guys to tease you. Can you shut that off?
I'm trying to.
Shut your phone off.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't.
I can't.
Okay. I got one thing a couple things I have to show you guys, and then I'm going to leave you guys with teasing. Because I ain't doing this before I leave to get married, but I'll do it when I come back. My good friend Derica has sent me an Uncle Sam bird. Huh? Come on, like really? How cute is this? I already know exactly what I'm going to do with it. But I wanted to see, I know there's a couple other wreath influencers out there that got these sets too. I want to see what they do with it because you know what? I was the influencer of the last one, so.
You got 2 of those.
Oh, good! Yay! So I want to see what everybody else does with it, and maybe I'll copy them. No, I already know what I'm going to do with it, but I can't wait to see what others do with it. But this is from Derica's Designs, and I believe they're sold out, guys. She had them for sale just a couple days ago. Her stuff sells out like 90, but I already knew about these a while ago, so she had sent them to me already. But I have to show you one more thing. I'll show you. I know Derica's going to kill me because she's not making these next one. This one is just for me. And I've already ordered the stuff to go with it, so when I come home. Okay, you guys ready? Derica, please don't kill me. And do not bug Derica for this because it's not coming out yet.
Then why are you showing it then?
Because it's so gorgeous.
Why don't you wait till you're home?
Because it's so gorgeous. Da-da-da. Guys, look, she made me a swan with a gold crown. Come on. With the beat. I love you, Derica. I was bugging her for one of these because I was the one that bugged her for the flamingo and the peacock, and well, look what happened with that one. So I bugged her for a swan just for me. This is for Lolly, and I already ordered big, long ostrich feathers because you can't get really swan feathers, but the ostrich feathers, they're very flowy. I already ordered them from Amazon. So I'm so excited. And this one's for Lolly. But isn't this going to be gorge? Thank you, Derica. I love you. I don't know if you're on the live, but she does such amazing work. Derica, I've been buying from Derica since she started, and that was 3 or 4 years ago, or maybe even longer. When I started Wreathing, Derica had just come on about a year later. So I've been using Derica for a long time, and I just love her work. And just every little detail, like even the little eyelash. She's phenomenal. So make sure you like and share her page, but make sure you like her page and get on the alerts, because when she brings something like these things out, they go fast. You have to be right on the ball. Because her work is so sought after. And she will be at the Crafters Convention in June, along with she's doing a make and take. I'm doing a make and take. There are so many make and takes at this convention. I don't even know how we're going to fit it all in. But I believe there's still tickets left, a few. So if you're not doing anything at the end of June and you're around Collinsville, Illinois, come join us at the Crafters Convention. You can get the tickets at Waterman's Loft, or you can go on craftersconvention.com. Derica's page is Derica's Designs. She's got a Facebook page, and on her Facebook page is where her website link is, that you can go and see what she has left. She's got some Uncle Sam ones. Now, and I don't know if those are sold out yet. I'm sure they are, but definitely you want to go like her page and get on her alerts so you know when she's coming out with new things. And her birds. She's got birds, guys, parrots and stuff. I love them. Oh my God, Jasper. I need to have Jasper. Jasper is a white, was it a cockatoo or something? I think it's a cockatoo or something like that. Jasper was wearing the little hat on one of the lives. Did you see that? No? Oh my God, it was adorable. The whole hat was over Jasper's head. It was hilarious. But anyways. Okay. She needs to make fish heads. I'll get right on that, Amy.
No, she needs Derica to make fish heads.
I know.
Oh.
I know Derek's going to say, no. What's your obsession with fish, Amy? Your husband is Star Wars or something, Dreads or something. Alien? I know, Margaret. Isn't Jasper the best? Oh, God, I love that bird. All her birds are gorgeous, but Jasper's got quite the character. He really does. Alrighty, so that's all I got for you guys. So, yes, Jasper helps with shipping, and Jasper's obsessed with the lint rollers. I believe she said Jasper might be coming to the Crafters Convention. That, I need a picture with Jasper because I'm like his #1 fan. Anyways, that's all I got with you for you. I started with the lolly pedal. It's not my fault, Amy. You're obsessed, girl. It's an obsession. I'm sorry. I feel like a cult leader. I do.
Seriously?
I know. Anyways, guys, so this is all you're going to be seeing from me until we probably leave for Vegas. But we will definitely be doing lots of lives for Vegas. I bought the most coolest selfie stick that turns into a tripod and everything else.
Lots of selfies.
I bought a selfie stick so I can do video. Yeah, we can do video around Vegas. Come on.
I'm too old for this crud.
And we will be, I believe, live streaming the wedding. I know, Dave keeps shaking his head. Honey, people want to see. My mom wants to watch. Like, there is actual family that want to watch. I don't know about your family, but my family does. What? Why you keep saying? Who wants thumbs up if you want us to video the live stream the wedding? Let's give some thumbs up. If I don't see thumbs up, we won't live stream it. But you know, Elvis is singing 3 songs, not the fake Elvis, the real Elvis. I'm telling you. And we're gonna drive in a convertible pink Cadillac. Like, come on, we gotta have picture or video of that. Sure, I'll publish it, Kathy. I will. I'll make a computer thing of what I did instead of my chicken scratch here, and you guys can. And I'll post it on my Facebook page. Okay? All right, guys. Love you. And I will see you guys all possibly Friday night-ish. We'll see. Okay, guys. Bye.